Welcome to Monday Night TPK. Alright, hey, welcome back to Monday Night TPK. Thank you for joining us at our table. This is a 5th edition real play Dungeons and Dragons podcast. My name is Kyle, and sitting at this table with me are 4 typical examples of humanity. Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Good. Happy to hear it. Matt, what's new?
Not much. Same old, same old.
Yeah, I see you're getting your books out.
Yeah, I'm getting ready.
Getting your materials organized.
Getting things set up where I can quickly access them.
Fantastic. I wish I had done that. My stuff is in stacks around me, so if I have to open a book...
You should be the most organized out of this.
Yeah. I agree with that completely. I should be the most organized. At least I've read all these things.
I mean,
at one point.
That's a one-up on some DMs.
Dana, what's going on?
Nothing. I'm ready to play.
What are you ready to play?
I'm ready to play Rixer, my fighter, my orc fighter.
Yeah, what are you going to play him with? Like video games?
Yeah.
Throw on some Mario Kart?
Mario Kart.
Cool. If Rixer was playing Mario Kart, what character would he race as?
Donkey Kong, duh.
I was expecting Bowser.
I mean, yeah, but Donkey Kong's fine. Donkey Kong's
fun.
Sam, what's going on?
Not much. Just an average Monday.
Average Monday.
Yep.
Happy birthday tomorrow, Sam.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're hoping I wasn't going to say that.
No, I'm actually really excited. I'm one of those weird people that actively celebrates my birthday.
Okay. So
that is very weird.
I don't know exactly when this podcast is going to come out, but it is going to be several weeks from when we are recording it.
That's okay. You can still be Sam's birthday the day after that too.
But Sam, I hope that by the time we get to episode 8, we have enough people that they will want to wish you happy birthday on Twitter or something.
Oh man, that would be so cool.
That'd be great. Or on our Facebook.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah. Hey Matt, you run the Twitter account for the most part.
Yeah.
Where can we find that?
At Monday Night TPK. That's all it's listed as.
That's not very original.
You made it, not
me. Shoot. Oh shoot.
You made it. I just run it.
Okay. I did.
Yeah, you can just do a quick Twitter search for Monday Night TPK and it should come right up.
I was on there today. I think I liked some people. Or some accounts.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've been trying to do that, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Alright, so thus far I have been kind of throwing out short, muddled, impromptu recaps of what's been happening so far. And that's boring.
And you should be listening to the previous episodes anyways.
Absolutely.
By the time this episode comes out, if you are just starting, then you could have binged this far.
Easily.
I could do it in a work shift.
So for the past several times we've recorded, Sam has been working on some notes in a shared Google Docs for all of us to kind of keep track of where we're at. And I decided the most productive way that I could possibly do a recap would be to read through some of Sam's notes.
Because they're pretty fantastic.
They are pretty fantastic. So I think this actually goes back 2 episodes, so I'm going to cover a little bit of a bigger time span here. Let's see here. I'm going to just read these as written, including any emojis. Let's see here. Torna goes to the barrier-free iron door. Gilly takes greater healing potion. Torna swings the door open. Wide set of stone stairs. Green flame, all in caps, lights the stairs to landing below. Brielle goes down the staircase, corridor, and then weird room. Box-like device shoots out a fur ball, which becomes a giant rat. Giant rat room has 7 doors in it. Each door has 3 locks. Period. That's 21 locks. ... Sam, what emoji is this?
That would be 7 door emojis.
Okay.
Oh.
I couldn't tell because it's kind of small.
Yeah.
Oh, rats. Initiative rolled. I think you edited some stuff out of here. Nope, there it is. These rats pop. Rat emoji and then a popping emoji.
As a firework emoji.
Firework emoji.
Yeah, pop. Yep.
The halfling cleric rages.
And then it has, okay, it doesn't come up on the Google Doc very well, but on my phone it has a smiley face with its mouth wide open and eyes bulging and eyebrows like up to the middle of the forehead.
That is crazy.
It looks like it's screaming.
Next we have review of 7th grade health, male anatomy, followed by an eggplant emoji. Shoving potatoes and candles in holes, and then a French fry emoji.
Yep.
Okay. Hash and slash, new group name, ... forever, ... and ever, ... and ever. Ramen?
Ramen.
Is that a reference to something?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Different
cool.
campaign.
Okay, cool. That potato is shoved real deep. The rats keep coming. Motwood dies. Shoving more candles in holes. No more flame breath for Gilly. Motwood is back. Back again. I get that reference.
You're welcome.
Torna unlocks the door, reveals stairs. Gilly gets out. Motwood takes 12 with him and kills him. We don't need to explain that. Thunderlock bar crawl completed. Brielle opens chest. Inside is ... a wand! Exclamation point. A thin metal wand with thicker handle. Fat pearl set in the middle. A tall elven woman with a gray cloak approaches. She has something to share. Nirmal is her name. She works for a Baldur's Gate VIP with a dangerous task. She wants to pay us. She works for Cinderella? You spell all this wrong.
Okay.
Syndra Silvane. Okay.
Yep.
You spell it Silvane. Maybe meet her in the morning? Question mark. And then the next note is dated for today's game. What Sam has typed out so far. Balloon emoji. Ice cream emoji.
I think that's a party popper.
Oh,
Yep,
party
yep.
popper emoji. Party popper emoji. Tomorrow's Sam's
Oh,
birthday.
Goodness, that's horrible.
That's a possessive apostrophe S to Sam. That should not be there.
Tomorrow is. It's a
Tomorrow's.
contracted copula verb. Tomorrow
I
is.
feel like that's
And you're a teacher.
still looks awful. It still looks awful.
At first, I thought I made a mistake as well, and then I read it again. I was like, oh no.
Tomorrow's- Maybe it's
It's
just the
right.
fact that it's like
It's
tomorrow.
right.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that like
There we go.
then it says Sam's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
fixed
that whole
it.
thing was throwing me off.
I
Welcome
fixed
to the English language.
Yeah, this is my
Right.
first day here. Party
And
popper,
he's
party
a
popper,
teacher,
balloon.
folks.
I don't teach English. Sue me. All right, so that about catches us up. What wasn't up there in the notes is that our party has gone to bed for the night after a long, tedious 30-some minutes. With the idea that they need to meet this Syndra Silvane at her home in the morning at 8 a.m. So, folks, my question for you, what you doing next?
After sleeping?
I mean, I'm going to presume that you all do sleep.
Okay.
I guess Brielle is an elf, so she will just trance out for a little while.
Brielle is going to get up well before everyone else.
Yeah.
She kind of has a daily routine of things that she does.
Okay.
So she'll get up and gather her pack and her armor only and sneak out of the room as to not, because Gilly and her would share a room. She would sneak out, not to wake up Gilly. Put her armor on as she's going down the stairs or whatever to head out of the inn. And then she would do some warm-ups, and then she would go for a jog,
Okay.
heading outside of the city. And then when she got outside of the city, she would
To
begin
the east or the west?
wherever there's maybe forest.
Going to the east
Or at least some trees.
is going to be probably a bad option. So going out the west would be your best bet. There is a pretty substantial wall around the city of Baldur's Gate.
Right, I knew that.
And I would assume that there would be a night watch allowing people in and out.
Right.
She would definitely be questioned before she left.
Okay.
And if someone were to ask her, this theoretical guard, like, what's your business so early out of the city?
She would just say that she's going for a jog and exercise.
She would say this. And
She would pull out, she can't talk.
Right.
So she would pull out parchment and write it down, and then she would point to her vocal cords, like her throat, and point to the scar on her neck and say that she cannot speak, pretty much, and then write it down on a piece of parchment.
Okay. All right, cool. I assume there would be 2 guards there. The first one rolled a 1 on whether or not he could even understand what you're doing. And then I thought, well, he's got a buddy. So you could convey the message well enough.
Okay.
The buddy got much higher than a 1. All right, so you can go for a run outside of Baldur's Gate.
She would head for a decently sized tree.
Yeah.
And then she would do some, like, push-ups and stuff. And then she would climb the tree. And she would do upside-down sit-ups off branches. And she would be doing push-ups or arm pull-ups and all the... Very athletic character.
Abs for days.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't look it when she's just kind of standing there in her tunic and stuff. She's not, like, tone-ripped, but she's toned. She would probably do that, spend, like, an hour doing the jog and the exercise and everything. Come back in to the city, do the same way she left, so the guards will
Sure, yeah.
not be a problem to let her in. And then she would head back up to her room, and she would do a cool off and probably take a quick shower and everything, and then sit down, or bath, or however you...
Yeah, there's...
Do you clean yourself in D&D?
Some way, presumably, that she could bathe.
She would bathe herself, and then she would sit down in the middle of the room and pull a book out of Gilly's pack that has all of her cleric spells in it. And she would begin reciting words and trying to do the hand motions in there, because Gilly has been teaching her how to cast cure spells in their spare time. And so she'll practice that. And now that we're level 2, I have access to magic spells. So for her very first time ever, she is going to cast a cure wound spell on herself for one of the wounds that she got from the previous day that's not fully healed. So she'll practice, and it's what her spell looks like is she'll unwrap one of the wounds on her leg, and she'll be doing the hand motions, and a green orb will appear over her leg, and then in the center of it is a leaf, and she'll slowly pull that down and wrap it around her leg as the leaf sits over the wound. The green bubble will kind of disperse, but the leaf will stay there, and then it slowly deteriorates, and as it deteriorates, her wound is gone. She'll get very, very excited that she's cast a spell for the very first time, and she will sit up and she will start shaking Gilly.
Ah, breakfast, what?
And then she will start doing hand signs telling her that she just casted a heal spell for the very first time, and she'll be pointing at her leg, super excited. Her hair changes colors, as I've kind of mentioned before, and when she gets super excited, her hair was like a reddish yellow before, but then when she casts a spell, it turns to like a leaf green and glows vibrantly. And Gilly knows all of the colors that she changes to and what that means, so Gilly would know that she's super excited right now.
Gilly, disoriented, sits up out of bed. Wow, look, it's you! You did it! Wow, that's really bright. Okay, your hair is super bright. She like shields her eyes. I said coffee. Just a little bit. a coffee or breakfast first, and then we'll do the other things. Okay. And she falls back asleep.
She looks a little sad by the fact that Gilly wasn't excited as she was. And then she goes downstairs.
Okay.
Gilly wakes back up after a second. No, I'm awake! Oh no. Where'd she go? Coffee. Coffee first. And then thinking.
She'll go down and order some coffee. And then come back up before Gilly's dressed and give her the coffee.
Oh, you're great. I'm really
She's just got
happy
a
for
smile on her
you.
face.
That's really exciting. I'll be more excited after this cup is done too.
She will make hand signs and tell her that she's going to go down and get food. And then
Yeah.
she'll head downstairs to get food prepped and
Okay.
begin their day.
Sure. How far or how long before your 8 o'clock appointment are you waking Gilly up and getting around?
I would say she'd probably wake her up about 6:30.
Cool.
That way she has time to get up and get ready, and we have time to eat food. And
Sure.
she also needs to make a stop at the blacksmith to see if she can fix her sword.
All right. So we'll come back to that. How about Rixer and Mountwood?
I mean, Rixer would probably be eating about the time that Brielle and Gilly head downstairs. Just, I don't know, sitting there looking pretty disheveled, but has, you know, all of his armor on and pack over his back and everything.
He's like ready to go 100% as soon as breakfast time hits.
Yep, ready to go. And gives like a little grunt whenever he sees the two of them walk down.
Same, buddy. Same.
After he's done eating, I'll want to get some supplies. Mostly I want to get some daggers, because Rixer forgot to pick up his dagger
True.
in the rat room. So I'm gonna buy some daggers, and then a sack, a hunting trap, and some soap. Oh, and hammer and pins.
Yes. I think before you meet with Syndra, you can definitely procure those items.
Yeah.
As you are sitting there eating your morning meal, famous Thunderhand, the wizard of the pair that own the place, is going to come up to your table and kind of stand there. Is like, you did good last night. You brought in lots of visitors. Once the word got out that the bar crawl was underway, you guys put on a great show. Thank you. And you forgot this. He's going to put your dagger on the table.
Thanks.
He'll stand there like expecting more conversation for about, I don't know, 10 seconds or so before, well, thanks again.
It's too early in the morning for this.
And he's going
Give a little wave.
to turn around and greet Gilly and the other one,
The other one, thanks.
Brielle. Ryan, what is Mountwood doing?
Mountwood, needs to wake up refreshed. I want to do that thing I was talking to about before we start recording. I want to go buy those reagents.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend just an hour looking for a brass brazier. I mean, if you really want a brass brazier, Baldur's Gate is probably the city to find it. Like, maybe not this early in the morning. But I need to spend an hour casting that spell, and let's show them we're not completely crazy.
Okay, when you say that, the idea is like you're alone in your room saying that.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, you can go out first thing. You can find a place, to get the stuff you need. And then probably some of the time while they're sitting down to breakfast, you're still up there casting your spell. Can we assume that?
Yeah.
Groovy. So after talking with
Rixer, the wizard, is going to approach Brielle and Gilly and thank you for, putting on such a good show last night, and definitely increased business, and I can't wait to run it again in a couple more days once we've reset everything. So yeah, again, he'll just tell you, thanks for putting on a good show.
You're welcome. Thanks for serving bacon.
Is there bacon on the menu? That's great. I'm happy to hear that you're enjoying it.
I like it.
Oh, okay. Cool. So we can presume you guys probably finish up with your foods, 7-ish, maybe quarter after 7 or so. I mean, Gilly probably is eating up until, she's pulled away. So I guess the question becomes, what point do you guys pull Gilly away from her food?
Rixer's
It's only
not
take
gonna have
Brielle,
anything
yeah.
to do with it, honestly. Like, the idea was that if you wanted to go, you went. So Rixer's not even going to say anything to anybody else. Just when it's time, leave.
Okay.
How about the time I come down and go, hey guys, look what I made, and throw a rat on the table?
No!
Brielle's just gonna look at it curiously.
What is it?
It's a friend. His name is 12 for some reason.
Can you get 12 off of the breakfast table, please? Is it dead?
No. I don't know. Is it?
Oh,
It's a spirit. It's a ghost thing. Could be dead. Is it good? Are you dead?
It looks at you. It twitches its nose.
Good talk, buddy.
Just interpret it that how you will.
Gilly just leans over towards Brielle. I think it's time to go.
Brielle's gonna lean over and she's gonna poke at it.
It's a rat.
It feels solid.
Well, don't look at me, Ryan.
It's a rat.
It's your familiar.
I mean, it's find familiar spell, so it's a solid creature.
Mhm,
yeah.
yeah.
She's gonna poke at it, and then she's gonna hand sign to Gilly. That's real.
That's
Just keep
gross.
poking it.
Maybe like wisps of like mist coming off of it.
Yeah, something to
Like
signify
it's really
that-
dusty or something.
Nice.
Stop touching it.
Just looks dirty. She'll pick it up. Give it a little squeeze.
Oh, please be careful. Very, very delicate.
I just imagine if you squeeze it, it like.
Then she's gonna toss it back to him. And then she's gonna get up and then she'll hand sign to Gilly that we have things to do before we go. And
Okay.
then start walking out the door.
Alright, cool.
This is my biscuit for the road.
Road biscuits.
Road biscuit.
Alright, Rixer, so you spend your time going shopping before you go to where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan, you kind of did your material component shopping before everyone else would have gotten up. Probably really while Brielle was out doing her jog and everything else, you would have been out doing your thing.
Yeah, I don't sleep well. I did not sleep well at all.
I would have thought you'd sleep like the dead. Okay. So I guess that moves over to Brielle. Your plan is to go to a blacksmith and see about getting your sword fixed.
Yeah, see if I can get it tempered or something.
Sure, you can easily be directed to one. Baldur's Gate has a 24-hour blacksmith, of course.
Oh, man, I should have done it in the morning.
Right? And, I mean, yeah, you'll be told that, it can be fixed. But it's going to take, several hours.
Okay. She's not sure if she has several hours because she doesn't know what's going on. So she'll just say that she'll worry about it later. And then we'll head towards where we're supposed to go.
Okay. Okay. Can I assume that all of you are going to be heading towards eventually Syndra Silvane's? And you were given an address and some crude directions.
Yeah.
The previous night by
What are we
her.
gonna do with a dress?
I would assume you put it on. You could give it as a gift.
Is there a dress code for this? Or, I'm sorry.
In Baldur's Gate.
You're breaking the fourth wall, Ryan.
But the thing is, like,
You
it
broke
would be-
like 4 walls.
it would
That's
be
like
perfect
16 walls.
for Mama to just be like walking around saying these things. This makes no sense.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like a fourth wall within a fourth wall within a fourth wall.
That's like Sam
like
answering
16
me in
walls.
character for the past several episodes.
What?
Just like that, yeah. Alright, cool. So we'll flash forward. The 4 of you just happen to stumble upon each other as each of you are going towards Syndra's. You were told if you are interested in a job, be there at 8 o'clock. It's about 8 o'clock, and I'm assuming you're all there out front of a very, very large townhouse in the ritzier, wealthier section of Baldur's Gate.
Go up to the door of the house.
There's a door.
Give it a.
I got
There's probably a
this.
knocker, and she's gonna knock on the knocker.
What about the other little one? Are we gonna wait for her?
Oh yeah. Where is she? Where'd she go?
Bria just shrugs.
I haven't seen her.
Maybe she's having breakfast. It is the most important meal of the day. Sort of. Maybe she's having extra rations. It's fine. Maybe she'll be here later.
Okay.
You guys know that you were told that if you are going to be here this time. So if someone's not here at this time, then I guess they're not going to be here.
Let's remember all the good times we had with Thorna.
Montage.
You're like 35 minutes last night.
That's a decent amount of time.
The time she got it shot.
The time she got us those lockpicks.
Good times. Good times.
Bria will sign all the times she used Mage Hand.
Oh,
All
yeah.
the times.
Yeah.
That time that I picked her up.
And then Bria was like, and dropped her.
Yeah, you dropped her too.
Alright, Gilly has knocked on the door, and a few moments later, a tall woman that you recognize as being normal opens the door, and she kind of has a little bit of a smile on her face. Like, oh, you came back! I'm so happy to see that. Come! Syndra is waiting for you. And she will, like, kind of start walking and gesture you guys inside.
Okay.
What's your marching order? In this hallway?
Me.
Yeah, I would say Gilly and Brielle seem they'd be the closest. Rixer, I guess, is gonna like kind of stand awkwardly off to the side, like wait for everybody else to go through, and then look up and down the street one last time just to make sure Torna's not coming.
There are a lot of people on the street. It's pretty busy, coming and going, but she does not see Torna.
I walk through the door.
You can follow the rest of the party, and you guys will hear the door close behind you with a click. You go down a long hallway past several doors, and finally you are led into a very, very large library. Floor-to-ceiling books. There are different trinkets and display cases, kind of interspaced here and there. Just very ornate, but very, very warm, literally and figuratively. There is a very large fireplace with some chairs and a couch kind of clustered up close to it. There's nice warm fire in the fireplace. I mean, it's basically March. It's kind of a little bit chilly in the morning, not like cold, but
Brisk.
Definitely brisk.
Sorry.
Ooh.
You okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see here. A heavy table bearing goblets and bottles of wine sits in front of the chairs and the couch. The darkly paneled walls are hung with maps and sea charts. Racks, shelves, and cabinets hold hundreds more rolled up maps and charts. A person is seated in an overstuffed chair near the fire. You can't seem to discern a gender because the person's head emerges from under a heavy blanket draped over the chair. An embroidered hood and silver mask conceal the wearer's face. Even the person's dry, raspy voice provides no clues. Help yourselves to wine and seat yourselves, friends. I hope I may soon call you that.
Oh, thank you. Can't read this.
Do you sit? Do you stay?
Bria will sit, but she's not going to take wine. It's too early to drink for her.
Normal will come around. She will pour a glass of wine and hand it to the person who, there's, you can kind of see the bottom half of their face a little bit under the mask, and they take a sip and set it on the table. Not always too early. She will then begin to thank you for coming. I'm so glad you agreed to at least hear me out. I hope that we will be able to work together. I have a very large task that needs to be completed. It's very important, but let me start first at the beginning. Many years ago, I was a sort of an adventurer. During one of my adventures, I died, and I received a miracle that brought me back to life.
Grandma? Sorry. That's fine.
I'm not your grandmother, dear. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sure.
By now, I'm sure you have heard of the death curse that has struck this region. Are you familiar with this?
Mhm.
Bria nods.
I've heard of it.
Yes.
I have sadly become afflicted with this death curse. I do not know how much longer I will survive, and that is why I need you to solve this curse. I have sought out many clerics. I have sought out wizards. I have good friends in very powerful, important places. We have traced this curse. We have traced the origin to the peninsula known as Chult, far to the south and the west. Perhaps you've heard of it, perhaps you have not. It is a warm, tropical environment full of
That sounds nice.
horrible undead creatures
That doesn't sound nice.
and dinosaurs.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
It is a place forsaken by its creator and God. It is a place of both much life and much death. And if you are willing, I would like you to go there and to put an end to this curse. And she'll take a sip of wine.
How do we get there?
I have made transportation arrangements. If you are willing to help me, and time is of the essence. I truly do not know how long I will last. I don't know how long anyone afflicted by this curse lasts. It is most perplexing. But I will get us there quickly, and we will leave as soon as you are ready. I'm sure you must have many questions, and I will do my very best to give you as much information as I can.
Nope. Go to Schultz, stop a curse. Seems pretty straightforward.
She'll look at you, face you. You can't really see her face too clearly with the mask and the hood. She stares at you for a long time, Malwood. And finally will say to you that I appreciate your youthful enthusiasm.
Oh, well, thank you. Scratches white hair.
Brielle will make some signs towards Gilly.
I have a question. Well, we have a question. Do you know what's causing the curse?
I don't know much. I know that there is some kind of necromantic artifact called the Soulmonger. I, in truth, don't exactly know what the Soulmonger is or how it works or anything about it, but that is what my contacts have told me it is called.
Oh.
I would assume it is some sort of either magical object or magical device or something.
Mm.
So we have to get that?
You
I'm confused.
your ultimate goal is to stop the curse. That might mean destroying the Soulmonger. It might mean deactivating it. It might mean... I don't know what that will mean. If I was stronger, I would go out and attempt to do it myself. But I have grown too weak from this curse over the past several weeks.
As this conversation is going on, Brielle's autumn-colored hair is turning to like a bluish gray.
Oh. Do you know about this book? And Gilly pulls a book from her pack, and it has, it's a red leather-bound book. And there's a path on the front of it that's pretty worn down. It looks like there's a maze on the front of it. And one path is worn out. I've had some people take a look at it, and they said something about the Cholt place you were talking about, and the god associated with there, but they don't really know much more.
She will kind of make a gesture to Normal, and Normal will ask to, like, basically put her hand out if she could take it from you.
Okay, so I need it back.
You will get it back, my dear. Don't worry.
Okay.
And Normal will thank you and take it from you and hand it to Silva, or Syndra rather. She will kind of like hold it in her hands a little bit and kind of she traces her fingers lightly over the surface of it and opens it up, and it's full of a language that you haven't been able to interpret, and it's also got many different mazes drawn inside of it, and there's even a maze on the outer cover.
Yep.
She will close the book and she'll hand it back to Normal, who then hands it back to Gilly. This seems to be some kind of, I would assume, prayer book. In worship to Obteu. He is the god who created Cholt. He is typically worshipped through mazes. He is the god of mazes and minotaurs. I don't know why she's pronouncing Minotaur so weird, but she is.
It's her accent.
Yeah.
Oh.
He is the god of mazes and minotaurs and dinosaurs.
Oh. Okay. So I was gonna say, are you a little bit confused because people told me dinosaurs before, but minotaurs? Okay. Okay.
As for the writing, this is not a language that I am familiar with.
Yeah.
So I cannot tell you exactly what is being said here.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Are there any other questions?
Gilly and Briella are signing to each other.
Sure. She's watching your
Hand
she's
gestures.
watching you very closely.
Brielle's expression is very contemplative. She's even pulled that necklace out that she's used that sheds light a couple times, and she's rubbing it. If anybody takes a glance at it, and actually the end of the necklace is just like a little nut.
Matt, if cause I'm sure Brielle's again in this like heated signing exchange with Gilly.
Yeah.
But if she looks towards it all, Syndra is going to sign to Brielle. Is that a Wakanut?
Brielle she'll stop mid conversation with with Gilly, and shock will come over her face that she just got signed at, and then she will signal, yes, my mother gave this to me as a child.
Wait, what? Whoa.
Syndra will just smile and nod.
She can talk to you too.
She signs back, what do you know about it? I know nothing.
She will sign that it is from a tree that grows native to Chult.
Brielle's hair begins to darken, even more grayish.
Oh. Gilly's head like whips back and forth between the signing exchanges. It usually means you're sad, right?
During all
It
this,
is-
Rickster's
it means
all the way across the other side of the room, looking at
contemplation.
stuff on the wall.
Dolor. And Dolor, yeah.
Dolor.
Contemplating Dolor, darling.
Rixer can find, like I said before, there are maps and charts from different parts of the world. Some of them have got like I don't know if Rixer would recognize them as being like trading routes or not.
Yeah.
But he would probably recognize a map.
Yeah.
And like the coastline.
Yep.
There are numerous like paintings of different like coastal landscapes
Okay.
and different buildings and other cities all over. There are artifacts under glass. When I say artifacts, I mean like one might be like a bust with like some sort of necklace on it, and then another one might be like 3 rings just kind of on a velvet pad under glass, just side by side. Just different little artifacts, just kind of strewn here and there.
Alright, he would be really interested in the paintings of, different just areas that he's never seen before, but pretty much everything else just like pass over. Kind of just spending he's wasting time.
Syndra is watching the signing conversation. Just
The signing conversation ends with Gilly giving like an ecstatic double thumbs up.
Ever feel like you're the C and AB conversation?
She right now knows what they're saying. You guys don't. They basically were just talking about whether they wanted to go or not. Then when she brought up the Wakanut, Brielle was definitely like, we're going now. But she told Gilly that this would also mean harder training for the battles to come.
And Gilly said she was ready and gave an enthusiastic double thumbs up.
well, it seems Syndra is going to turn to Montwood, who I'm assuming is still sitting there, just like staring at her weirdly.
Just observing.
And then Rixer is, of course, looking around the room, but she was mostly going to be turning this conversation to Rixer and Montwood. It seems that your friends have decided to assist me. Montwood, you have agreed as well.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Rixer, what is your decision?
Oh, I'm in.
Fantastic. Well, we leave as soon as you are ready. Do you have anything you need to acquire? Any personal business to wrap up before we go?
Food. Need to buy food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she is gonna kind of like pull her hand from underneath her blanket and reaches forward, and Normal will help assist a transfer and hand you a small coin purse. There is 50 gold coins in there for helping you equip yourself once we get to Chult. You can help buy food with that. I'm not going to send you out there unprepared or hungry.
Oh, good. You don't understand.
My dear, I don't know if your hunger is satiable.
It's not. I've tried.
I've known many halflings who are just like you.
Hungry all the... Is it time for second breakfast? No.
Brielle just shakes her head.
And then for the rest of you, and then she's got more little sacks of gold, and each of you will be given 50 gold pieces to jumpstart your adventure.
Not sure where I wrote my gold at.
Multiplier.
Plus, it comes in a little sack.
Yay. Well, thank you, Syndra. I'll put this to good use.
I'm certain that you will.
I would just like to say that I feel that our meeting was orchestrated.
I did ask Normal to bring you here, yes.
Yes. Wait, yeah.
Well, I should rephrase and say I asked Normal to find me some people to help, and I feel like she had excellent taste.
What does that have to do with anything?
Thank you for agreeing to help, Rixer. And with that, let us embark. If you please follow us. And she's going to begin to stand, and Normals will come over and kind of like put her arm under Syndra's elbow and kind of help her walk. She does seem like she can walk, but is very, very slow and has a hard time kind of walking under her own strength fully. And they will lead you further into this house, assuming you follow.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool. You go down a couple flights of stairs, and you're fairly certain you're deep into a basement, a dungeon, if you were, with cobblestone floors and brick walls, all that good stuff. Everything is, of course, well lit and clean. No gross dripping water.
So not a Michigan basement. Okay.
And you'll go into a very well lit room that has what do you guys have for just passive arcanas?
Passive Arcana?
I'm gonna assume that's a thing.
13.
9.
Mine would be 12.
I don't know. I feel like this is. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my DC chart here. Some sort of magical circles drawn on the ground. And you see lots of different magical symbols kind of like outlining the edges, and there's a geometric pattern kind of crisscrossing the center of it.
Gilly would like to actively
yeah,
look at it.
100%.
Why would you put art on the floor? People are gonna walk all over it.
Syndra's gonna turn to Rixer.
Ooh, that's a pretty good roll.
Rixer, my dear, I very much am happy that you're here. I say that with sincerity. I want you to know that. And what's about to happen might seem a little scary at first.
I'm not scared.
I know you're not. But just remember that when it's over with, it will be less scary. What'd you get, Gilly?
17.
It is definitely a teleportation circle.
Ooh! A teleportation circle? Oh man. I'm so excited. Hope we don't throw up this time.
I threw up last time.
Brielle was signed to Gilly the last time was so bad.
I know, it was real bad. I lost my second and third lunch.
And like Gilly starts tearing up.
That was a sad day.
Now, when we arrive, we will be met by a very good friend of mine by the name of Wakanga Otamu. And he has a very, very important item for you when we arrive. Now, if you would please all step into the circle. And she and Normal will stand in the center.
Brielle will step in.
Step inside.
Okay.
Step in.
Once you're all there, Syndra is going to kind of like say to Normal, thank you for all of your help. Just let me do this on my own, please. And Normal will kind of let her go and step back a little bit, still in the circle, like she's still coming with you. And Syndra will kind of like open up her cloak a little bit, and I mean you don't really see anything like whatever, but like you can tell she's super frail and like very much like trying to like stand and kind of shaky, but like she puts her arms out, and you guys who do magic sees that she does a bunch of like intricate, quick, magical hand movements, and is casting a very powerful spell. And then it finishes, and there's a flash of light. You appear in a tropical city under the blazing sun. The familiar sounds of a harbor, creaking ropes, slapping waves, heavy barrels rolling across cobblestones, mingle with voices shouting and cursing in an unfamiliar language filled with clicks, inhalations, and sing-songy words that make it sound almost musical. The aroma of unfamiliar spices and tropical fruit mixes with the wharfside smells of fish, tar, and canvas. Beyond all that, Port Nyanzaru is an explosion of color. Buildings are painted in bright shades of blue, green, orange, and salmon pink. On their walls are adorned with murals portraying giant reptiles and mythical heroes. Every building sports baskets and clay urns of colorful flowers or is draped in leafy, flowering vines. Minstrels in bright clothing adorned with feathers and shells perform on street corners. Multicolored pennants and sun awnings flutter atop the city walls. A crowd of children dressed in feathered hats and capes races past you, squealing in delighted terror as a street performer costumed as a big-toothed lizard stomps and roars behind them. The whole city seems to be bustling, sweating, laughing, swearing, and singing. Welcome, my friends, to Port Nyanzaru.
Holy.
Brielle is speechless.
All right, and I think next week we're gonna pick up and see what happens in this crazy place called Port Nyanzaru. We finally made it to Chult, folks, after 8 episodes, so that is pretty fantastic. Am I right? I thought we'd be here at least 4 episodes ago, but that's okay.
Now the real journey begins.
Now the real game happens. I know we kind of gave a shout out to some of our social media at the start of this episode, but hey, if you like what we do, you can find us on Instagram, search out Monday Night TPK. You can find us on Twitter with the same. Facebook, once again, Monday Night TPK. We'll have announcements on when we're posting episodes. If you really want to find more stuff that we do, go to YouTube, search for Above the Table Games, and there's not a ton on there as I am speaking, but we do have plans to add some more content and have some fun. You can also find these episodes in a weird video format on there as well, if for some reason that's your thing. And when I say video format, I mean like a still image with this exact same audio commentary running over top of it. Anything left to say, folks? Cool. Alright, thanks for listening, and good night.
Bye.
Yep.